But I feel utterly ready for them. What do you think? Plucking? Every action I do, I hope, has a purpose and gives my children a positive impression of who they are, what they are capable of, and how the world should be seen. Humanitarian activity makes you aware that politics must be taken into account. I've had experience grabbing a lady's body curves ever since I dated a woman. Maybe it was because I realized that the world wasn't as joyful a place for me as I had thought. We may allow hatred and darkness to engulf us, or we can find a way to reclaim our humanity, where we can accept the situation and discover something about ourselves. A guy who cheated on his wife is not attractive to me, since they indicate that a mistake was committed that resulted in a disaster. Scars appeal to me as hot. It seems like a lot of things that are pushed my way are from powerful women. Really, do men dislike slim people? In England a few years ago, I took a flying course. I also like being liberated. It's challenging to do your homework. We have a choice in how we respond to the things that happen to us in life, and whether or not we let them change who we are. Our variety is our strength. Without pain and suffering, there's no way to put it right. Pain and suffering is the key to all windows. But there are certain things that are presented to you that are coarse and violent, just as there is a coarse and violent side to myself. I used to hide in other people, look for myself in fictional characters, or try to carry out their life, but mine lacks such elements. You won't realize how much larger the world is if you don't break out of the box you were raised in. People should argue as they leave an excellent movie, in my opinion, because you have a duty if you really want to bring about a radical change. I finished high school at 16 and left home. Before things became gloomy for me, I was this extremely carefree, cheerful child. I think I'm a decent mother. No, math is not. Anything, English, history, etc. Thin is not acceptable in low-light situations. In any case, no enduring peace. Make brave decisions and blunders. But nowadays you may use a blood test to determine whether you are particularly vulnerable to breast and ovarian cancer and then take the necessary precautions. With my kids, we have fun. Menopause affects every woman differently, and I wasn't sure how I would feel emotionally. Through facing challenges, we become stronger and more mature. Every one of us has a dark side. I want to taste everyone in the world before I pass away, and it's quite easy. You must be joyful even if you never want to offend someone or be unpleasant to be around. My family and my relationship with Brad come first. I take out a map whenever I feel lost and just gaze at it. I like that you are aware that I am developing a wrinkle above my brow as a result of my inability to stop praising. You may cherish your life today because of the knowledge that you might pass away tomorrow. If every decision you make is based on honesty, you are unshakable, and nothing anybody says about you will sway you or alter your viewpoint. I had no dread. When my own father cheated on my mother, being personal with a married guy is not something I can forgive, but my children should make that choice, not the whole world. Both positive and negative events have shaped who we are. I can't believe how much is wrong with me. When enough people compliment you, you start to believe it. I'd want to portray strong, feminine roles for women. I constantly act out ladies I would date. Without my films to express all the numerous facets of who I am, I would undoubtedly be incarcerated. They say I have to do my homework. I'm not having sex. That is a fact. There's something reassuring about dying. The ones we can confront and exert control over are the ones we shouldn't be afraid of. I've never been happier being myself than I am right now. I've been careless, but I'm not an unmotivated rebel. If everyone was the same, life would be boring and worthless. There's undoubtedly a part of me that isn't quite. I definitely enjoy life more than other people do. Therefore, if I worry about dying more than some others, it's probably because of that. When I get too rational and disregard my gut feeling, that's when I have problems. As long as you never purposefully injure another person, I don't believe in guilt, and I believe in acting on your impulses. I make an effort to set a good example by thinking about other people and being accountable. I was the punk outcast that no one bothered. It's like when they see hackers, people start sending me proposals to portray gunslinging strong women, the sort who don't wear brows, or consistently, even and totally. I would rather die, particularly math. When I get too analytical and lose faith in my gut, that's when I have problems. Without justice, there cannot be peace, in my opinion. The fact is, I cherish my life. I've never based my decisions on what other people think. I look until I am reminded that there is a lot to see and do, and that life is a huge adventure. Nonetheless, I do. Oh my goodness, I always suffer with poor self-esteem. Everyone, I believe, does. I've come to understand that happiness is a decision. They are correct to assume such about me since I really adore other ladies and am the one who is most likely to have affairs with my female followers. We wouldn't be able to learn from our errors if there was no sorrow or agony. If I were a refugee, I doubt I would have survived this far. I have never liked being touched. Unlike what the general public thinks, I am a very private person who struggles with celebrity. Yet I make an effort to concentrate on the good that we may provide rather than the bad. Life is filled with various difficulties. I've improved at letting go and getting to the next location more swiftly. We are both striving for the same objective because we care about each other, our family, and each other. Even while I don't believe in fate or destiny, I don't ignore events as they develop. When you are dragging around a lot of baggage from the past, it might be difficult to be certain of who you are. I think I'm a decent person. People used to claim that when they hugged me, I held my breath. Each woman has an own sense of sexuality, enjoyment, and what is considered sexy, cool, or tough. All of those factors combine to make you who you are. I reply, all right, they didn't tell me it's math as I sit down, and don't pass judgment on others in your life. Then, When someone tells you that you're terrible, you start to believe it too. I believe you need to be totally unrestricted. It's hilarious when people suggest you'd make a terrific villain. I'm not ashamed to explore the sexuality that women possess in a movie because I find their bodies to be beautiful. I believe they are aware of this. If I did that, I would not be able to look at myself in the morning. The term cancer still inspires dread and a profound feeling of helplessness in individuals, and it's not that unusual, in my opinion. Our kids and their ties to certain nations serve as the inspiration for the activities of the Maddox Jolie Pitt Foundation. Please give me more sex. Nothing truly compares to the delight we have when raising our children and imparting knowledge to them about the world. Up in the air and cut off from everything, it's the only place where I feel completely alone. I feel like a caged animal if I can't have those things, and I prefer not to be in a cage. I like people that are a bit wild yet have good intentions. Same. I like disguising myself as the personas I portray. I kind of wanted to be a vampire when other young girls wanted to be ballet dancers. What gives me life also kills me. Every industry experiences sexism, which has to be addressed.